got an unboxing for you. Here's the box. So I've just scissored the tape here and I'm gonna undo it. Oh. That's how it looks now. Let's see what's in the box. Ooh, wow, you can smell this is SP Parfums. So, oh my gosh, we have a note from Sven himself, which I may or may not read out to you. Oh, it's quite long, so I won't read it all out. But he's written us a lovely note. Now this box is to me and Dan. He wants us to try his new cologne. So this is brand new. It's only just gone up on the website. I think this week it's gone up on the website. It's an eau de cologne, and he's already advised us that it is very long lasting, which is completely different to what a cologne would normally smell like or would normally perform like. So trying to open this box nicely, but I'm not doing very well, so bear with me. Oh, here we go. Okay, so cologne is out of the box. I'm just going to unwrap it from its protective tissue paper, and here we are. I love how he hand writes the labels, and his writing's really, really lovely. So shall we spray it? So it just has a little protective thing there to stop it going off. Where shall we spray it? I think we can spray it on the back of this hand. It's quite clean. And I do love these sprayers. They spray a big fine mist, which is great, rather than everything landing in one big wet spot. It's a lovely mist. So I'll pop that down there. Just gonna waft it around just for a moment. Oh, I can smell it. That's interesting. That's not what I was expecting at all. So I'm not really getting a traditional citrus cologne here. It smells like, I don't even know how to describe it. Maybe like the sea. It's a little bit salty. Now I know there's a couple of florals in here that wouldn't normally be in a eau de cologne. I'll put them on the screen because I can't remember what they are, but I think it might be lily and something else. There's a couple of florals that you wouldn't have heard of in a cologne, but I'm not really getting that at the moment. I think this needs time to develop. It's really difficult to describe it. I can't smell anything citrusy. There's kind of like a fresh, almost like seaweed, moss, wet stones, that kind of thing. It's sort of minerally, really interesting. So what I'm going to do, because that's not enough information for you, I'm going to let that develop on my skin, and I will come back to how it smells in just a mo. So let's see what else is in the box. Oh my god, Sven, I love you. I actually love you. My favourite perfume. I was worried that it's running out really quickly because it's the perfume that I love the most, and it's the perfume that I wear the most. So this is Powder and Dust, and Sven has sent me a backup, and I am one lucky girl. I'll get it out of the box for you. So this one's wrapped in pink tissue, and oh yes, So, oh, I can smell it straight away. Oh, I've tried to ration myself and try not to wear it too often because I don't want the magic to fade as well. I want to kind of treat it as a special occasion fragrance, so sort of a night out, or just when I need a lift, or when I need cheering up, I give myself a spray or two of this. Powder and Dust is my #1 favourite fragrance in the world, and a massive thank you to Sven. I've now got a backup so I can spray a little bit more extremely. So that's really exciting. We've got a couple of travel sprays here as well. So we've got a travel spray of cologne. I'll leave that in the... So at the moment, if you buy cologne, you get a free travel spray of your choice. And travel sprays, I will open it because I can show you what the travel sprays are like. Travel sprays are really nice, and they have that same amazing atomizer effect of getting a mist rather than a heavy spray. So you get a really nice mist. So you, even with the travel spray, you can mist a line across your skin, which is really nice. So that's the travel spray of cologne, and more Powder and Dust. Yes. And honestly, these travel sprays are great. I've got a couple of handbags, and I've got one Powder and Dust travel spray in each, because I don't like to be away from it. Sometimes I might be wearing a different perfume completely. Maybe I'm wearing a perfume because I'm testing it for a review or seeing what it's like. And sometimes you end up wearing things that you don't always love. And so often I will just get my Powder and Dust out of my bag and do one little sneaky spray and just treat myself to a sniff of Powder and Dust, which I adore. So thank you so much, Sven, for your amazing generosity. And what I'm going to do now is pause the video, and I'm going to see how this develops over the next half an hour or so that I can give a better first impressions than I've given so far. Okay, so it's been about half an hour since I sprayed cologne on the back of my hand here. There's the bottle again. And I've just looked it up on the website. So it's described as an unusual musk with a lily of the valley and tuberose accord, and hidden orange and spicy woods. I think that's what it said. A hidden accord of orange and spicy woods. So let's have another sniff. Let's have another sniff. Let's have another sniff. I can see now that it's a musk perfume, and that's probably why it feels a little bit strange. It doesn't smell like a cologne. I'm not getting any kind of cologne feel in that traditional sense whatsoever, but we should have known it was Sven, that he was gonna take this subject and make something completely crazy from it, and that's what he's done here. I'm still getting that kind of wet stone. I'm thinking of like wet pebbles, like big round dark grey wet pebbles that you see at the beach, maybe covered in some green, like wet greenery. It's kind of, it is bizarre, if I'm completely honest. This is not something I would wear, and I have to say with SP Parfums, there's a few that I absolutely adore, and then some that are just way out there and maybe a bit too animalic or a bit too crazy for my taste. So this one's a bit too crazy for me, I have to be honest. This is not a safe blind buy. If you like things to be very out there, avant-garde, different, if you want a completely different take on a cologne, then I would recommend testing it. Make sure that you're happy with musks and sort of strange animalic notes, and maybe this could be for you. It's not for me. I'm not really picking out the florals just yet, but it's only been on my skin about half an hour. But I would say the fact that it's a musk fragrance makes it a little bit more understandable. When I guess in my head I was thinking cologne, I was expecting just a slight twist on a traditional cologne, and it's not a twist on a traditional cologne. It's turning traditional cologne on its head and making it mad, completely mad. I don't really know what else to say about cologne. Just a massive thank you to Sven for keeping me and Dan in the loop with all your new crazy wonderful creations, and sending a backup of powder and dust to me makes you my #1 favourite person. I've just sprayed from my bottle that's in use. I've just sprayed myself with powder and dust here because I was scentless. So apart from obviously the cologne there, and I'm also testing Bay Rose by Le Labo, Bay Rose 26 here. So that's, I'm testing that out for my rose video. Anyway, that is enough. So massive thank you to Sven, and I'll see you in the next video.